All right, everybody, welcome to part two. The last video we covered, this is the part two of the Andrew Cuomo Scandal, What Happened Scandal. What happened? The Andrew Cuomo Scandal, What happened? And this is a part two, and this is why did Andrew Cuomo put in those people in the nursing homes? It's going to be titled something like Cuomo's nursing home cover up, or some Cuomo's cover up of, however, nursing home cover up. I'm not really sure right now, but here we go. So last video we talked about, you already know, if you haven't watched it, I'll link it in the description, that Andrew Cuomo put people who tested positive for COVID positive testing patients in nursing homes, killing 15,000 people, 10 to 15,000. Now this video is going to tell us why he did it. Why did he kill all those people? Why does he have all that blood on his hands? And basically, what pushed him to do it? I'm going to give it away. It's called money. Now, David Sirota went on the Hill on Rising with Crystal and Sagar, and we have mentioned them a whole bunch of times. I just did a video with them, with Rachel Bovard, or I think it was, and Richard Wolf. And so they're going to talk to David Sirota, and he's going to lay out exactly what happened and how the money trail works in this scandal. Watch this.
Can you lay all of that out for people so they understand?
Sure. Back in April, Governor Cuomo put into the state budget provisions that protect nursing home executives and hospital executives from legal consequences for the decisions that they make during the pandemic, basically a lawsuit liability shields. And the important point is that in those provisions, it wasn't just for frontline workers, doctors, nurses, and the like, but it was for the corporate executives who are making decisions about PPE expenditures, who are making decisions about staffing and the like. So that was slipped into the budget in April, essentially unbeknownst to many legislators. It's a huge budget document. It was slipped in at the last minute. And it was drafted, those are the words used by the Greater New York Hospital Association, drafted by this group, the Greater New York Hospital Association, which had given a huge amount of money to Andrew Cuomo's political machine. About $2 to $2.3 million of campaign money has gone into Andrew Cuomo's political machine from that group and its lobbying firms in the lead up to Cuomo putting those liability shields into the state law. And that law was then replicated by other states, in some cases word for word, from New York to other states. Word for word, it was part of it was put into the Senate Republicans' push for liability shields for nursing home and hospital executives. And all of that, of course, is the context for then Cuomo, the new disclosure that Cuomo was underreporting the number of nursing home deaths in the state's nursing homes. So you put it together, a donor comes to him, drafts a provision shielding nursing home executives from potential legal consequences for decisions. At the same time, he puts that provision into the law while underreporting the data about nursing home deaths that would raise alarms about exactly why not to shield those corporate executives from the threat of legal consequences.
Yeah, and
Wow. Okay. That's a lot. Ain't that funny? That's a lot of hooey. That's a lot of crap. All right, so here's the deal, right? Here's the deal, Jack. Like Joe Biden says, Andrew Cuomo took money from a corporation who then drafted legislation so that they could shield themselves, and Andrew Cuomo could shield them from from liability and responsibility and lawsuits, so that they wouldn't be held accountable. Not the doctors, not the nurses, not the frontline workers, not the healthcare workers, not the receptionists, not the corporate executives who are in charge of PPE and staffing decisions and all kinds of things like that. Why? You just heard it. Because they wanted him to put their patients, the hospitals wanted them to put their patients in nursing homes and who tested positive. He wanted them to put them in nursing homes so that they wouldn't have to deal with the cost of having to take care of them, and the nursing homes would. And then they killed a bunch of other elderly people in those nursing homes because those elderly people are not healthy. And therefore, the hospitals don't have to bear any of the responsibility. Pretty self-explanatory. And if you, come on, more evidence, they gave him $2.2 to $2.3 million in bribes. You can bribe politicians in our country, in the United States of America. So they bribed his ass, and he gave them what they wanted. They gave him, so the Greater New York Hospital Association, they gave him $2.2 to $2.3 million, and their lobbying groups did too. And then he shielded them, their lobbying groups, their hospitals, their nursing homes, and everybody else, and the executives, and their doctors, and their frontline workers, and healthcare workers, so they wouldn't be held accountable. This is how corrupt the Democratic Party is, because they're taking all this money, and this is the cause. This is the cause. When everyone says that, oh, Andrew Cuomo, he's progressive, I don't think a progressive would have let this happen. You know why they wouldn't have let this happen? Because they don't take money from these people at all. They don't. So Andrew Cuomo took all this money, and now, right, this was put in legislation in their budget in April for the New York State budget, and it was put in last minute. Who drafted it? Like I said in the beginning, the Greater New York Hospital Association. They drafted it, gave it to Andrew Cuomo, gave it to the top heads of the leadership in the House or Assembly and in the Senate, and they passed it in the two houses of legislature, Congress there, or their state legislature. They passed it, and it was unbeknownst to anyone, except for, which we'll cover in the next video, some people in the assembly who were progressive, who said, hey, this is going on. What the hell is all this? Nobody would listen to them. The media was too busy covering it up. We're going to go over that. But then he decides to cover up the data, to underreport on the data that covered the nursing home deaths. It covers the exact amount of nursing home deaths, and he covered that up. Gee, I wonder why you would want to cover that up. I wonder, why would you want to cover that up? Wow. Oh my God. This is exactly why you cannot take money from corporations. Because you do dirty work just like this. And then you get a 6-figure book deal like Andrew Cuomo did, and he's hiding how much he made and got rich off of it. And we're going to talk all about that. So it's incredible how this comes about. And honestly, David Sirota is right, because, you know, he did it last minute for a reason, because he knew that, if, if he had done it like, here, put this legislation in, it might have raised alarms of, why do you need to shield the hospitals, Cuomo, huh? Huh, Governor? Why do you need to shield the nursing home corporations and the hospitals and the executives and the doctors? What's going on here? Then that probably wouldn't have been put in the budget, and then he would have been put into our investigation even earlier. The investigation's heating up, and now we know why. So David Sirota is absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. And, man, Cuomo's in a lot of heat. Aides are going to start turning against him. Letitia James has just served some subpoenas to his aides and staffers and everybody else. Ooh-wee. Man, is this a good day. So, that was part 2 of the scandal. Andrew Cuomo, the Andrew Cuomo scandal. What happened? This is the Cuomo's nursing home cover-up. That's probably what it's going to be called most likely. If you enjoyed this and you're enjoying this playlist so far and you're enjoying this series, please give it a like, comment, share with your friends and family all over. That would help me a lot and help this channel. And give me a subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. We've got a whole lot coming up, including Golden Knights. They're winning. Dodgers are winning. We're going to cover Amazon and the unionization that was going on today, and or last night, yesterday. And then we're going to be covering the $15 minimum wage, Joe Biden and the filibuster. There's going to be a whole bunch that we're going to cover. So, like, comment, share, subscribe. Comment down below, of course, what you think. And I will see you at the next Andrew Cuomo What If video.